against the fast and then say dia seginum na Maxwell also went to one say
senior the rate I will bow against I know she too much because I said because our lunch and I mean that's no question
but just like that
your friend is saying
I feel I'm
brother sana to need in go for
I feel I'm me
that's how I want na later I will hear video na when you
later I was go for their send me as a Christian say no video oh Christian Maxwell and then Christian yeah me sure say by now Chewan BKB no ahene ba no number ni pa
and I said now when I say Christian no support us now so he did it clearly now always accent they say speaks louder than words but in our part of the world we listen to words and we are always deceived. On the day Arsenal are playing PSG for the Champions League final, when he was coming to work, he was wearing a very beautiful branded newest Paris Saint-Germain jersey and told you so Arsenal. How do you believe this? How do you believe that? How do you believe it? It's a real na me chinwe journalist say masa dia wo ye no so ade de wo na aba no but ade na ye di em komo
me hear videos on Facebook
don't blame because
omo the Christian go visa abin
no mo ye dey no mo ye
asa
no mo sa oh eno dey events
live on Facebook mo hear dia
say PSG atade esa
on the confuse say confuse wa the PSG
say adana o kai say adana make BKB so there be Maxwell ye wona Christian there no dangerous class
mo say no be na chairman BKB motino also mo dey bass ha no ne hin ba vie da kwanum ni remo and I'm sorry
sorry
Christian ya no ni confuse abin ne che Christian really James me John me kula na me video say
I saw okay be am
do say nya wona na say na Arsenal for na beje na me wa Arsenal
okay be am mo na
na me so
na Gaza Christian who Gaza na on Gaza
on be nie pa e kwajo
isi how say Christian ba fa
ni pa ni hu ya se ba ko de wasre na no ba omra woni tiri yes na masere ma no ne che a kire o mu ba ni ya me mumra mi tiri
ko re ka no Gaza say me se mas
sa ma so ba mi jena am se da bi de na wo makuma mu ani de na wo madwi mu ene ba
de na pie fu ano
de na pie pressure
ba so no ka say PSG favorite don't he say PSG favorite ba
I was from Uncle Facebook ko ha de Christian pana what they are saying
they are saying tema we na second answer emri bi am say Barca say okay
oba reception hono ma
na o sa no aba o say
chama BKB asa
okay
na say
na o ne chama BKB na say
say we dey
na sa me
ba ni wo dey
my rebranding
almost me dey friend thank you referee
against your money say in your friend
na against your chance is here
hopa na dey atomani na wo ba against na wasa no to ni na branded or more kakalika for omo nyomo de be cover because me ntia I don't know
na ni aje no now, one interesting thing I see here. Emra dey your comment. Once you started, there was one Arsenal fan be not all side was he.
Okay. No, no, share white nana.
No, share Arsenal just
white one.
No, we no share white. The share white me the okay.
Okay.
But there was another man no so share but no some red.
Red no okay.
Me can be say yeah no sorry no church wouldn't say Drew second half extra no order. no bright to usuna that
that's Arsenal they gave up game nangasa na omo they gave up. It was as if said they know so they gave up the game. The action of the coach what they are saying the action of the players they really gave up. And I think say but it was also a game na a wonderful game. A highly tactical because and people were bought to textbook plan. Also be the strategy a cope no more execute here. Arsenal played one strategy in a way, but I think how we inexperienced. What I say, inexperience really played a major role on the part of the coach and also on the part of the player. Than that, game no more boy because only Minka world and a Europe more dangerous attack. Only ne bona will limit it to just a go no crying open player. I think they did it, and whoever thought that PSG would find it very difficult to even score.
Obviously, men can take Christian say, "Wasama na tiasia when politicians say fear delegates.
Who is so called you TV and covers out to it.
Imagine TV but out to it brutal.
Oh, Benjo girl cross out to it.
But by more viewers and listeners no for the numbers of pulling up on the,
I was surprised because I was very much surprised because this is Arsenal playing. Of course, they're the Champions League final, but in Madrid and Barca, well, it is Arsenal PSG in pulling numbers. It's in that numbers over is going to be Arsenal. In be on back to watch, but they will not form who is most Arsenal for the but PSG for but we still saw some PSG fans in their numbers or who same. Meaning I would do who same mom. I would say there is one thing say Odo who same dear and now I didn't know to observe it. I hope so what I say. And say send a PSG for the almost shame. I will say Nipa Bia the power there are people who go with you. Because again wrong can I mean say PSG supporters or most PSG shelter or Munina bomb or best support. It was very and Arsenal people suddenly they came in their numbers and they were colorful. So it made the whole thing numbers nearby and I was surprised. I wouldn't say it was late notice. All this days late. On their major owners, but the numbers that came no shows us say we need to double eye for people really side with us.
My video BCC Jarimo A1. Some Arsenal fans one time when you started here.
Yeah, no more things you. I said many more. Many more.
No crime. I so say no one Naba yellow.
Yeah.
And red back said about to no Obia sorry I we
say baby at any more commentary now into we any more and no more tea. Back to me right now back. I Nancy on turning in an almost.
Wow. Saturday report game sir Arsenal for say Bibano.
Yeah.
No Montari too.
Okay.
We will be after the game. Black.
Yeah, it is very normal. When people get disappointed, what I said, they might even change their colors. It happens. Obi so no matter what it is. Andy, the obeko no beko. Meaning so what? Obi so crowd do develop, but they will still fight it out. Into be out the way or setting things up. But at the end of the day, Yanka say, one team Nessa or Jacob, and a better cap and be free. So better like Arsenal, better like next time to Arsenal. I think commemoration or whatever to them, and congratulations to PSG. I think PSG, but Andy, PSG and home better than to us trio because you see, I heard me who are DB. Okay, I'm fan say Yenny sky here to top players, but the possibility of players here to Andy be fat at a go for Arsenal. 50-50 battle. Chelsea under reconstruction. Arsenal have shown that they need to do a little more work to get there. But also what I say, Real Madrid, not the best. Now, I feel more and I'm moving World Cup now to Toby. Almost team no any element. What I say, Liverpool manager they are permanent, right? Into another manager, Babeshe, or more manager Babeshe Meboa. Which other team? Man City, Pep is going. Until Maresca or Babe take you over. I think you need time to work it out. Which other team? Manchester United, Carrick. Bill, the says, yeah, Carrick, the aim is not Europe. The aim is about being stable in the league to make sure so be put up a challenge or even win it. And see, looking around Europe, it be a Bayern Munich. And I'll be cast also age in a level. But even Bayern Munich, I also doubt the coach. Because players now are good, but they do the idea. Coaches no so be no level meaning so what I say. But PSG in the 8 team, I'll be say or my team needs now. Meaning so what me argument team now on my build major set 10 players in the ball last finals and we 10 players in the start here. I think said then a rumor penna. Yeah, or changing them. We know yeah, the keeper we know that no yeah.
Also for he's been very
penalties in there send no to no. So as for now Ngwanga FM
now 2 goalkeepers. David Raya very solid goalkeeper, but
Ryan there no
penalties but also penalty I was not impressed.
Yeah, but also penalty the Andy penalty there me no your keepers be omunim che. But a penalty player ni boni ye there Andy. Edin say keeper bet you know. Say player no to me bo penalty ya unim go that saying e be edene and until now say penalty say Andy easier than scoring a goal in open play until ye bo ball na say goal emma near the akoto say ye bo penalties medim say what I say until the man Major Raya D say ne confidence in the post unzo ochebo on shaky he's not under any pressure and no no menya madwen say but there una in the better World Cup no free wa on it with Omutu no my pray, but I think he's a solid goalkeeper. And Andy, it was a great. If it's a PSG or more, I will not be surprised on you call him a record. No,
Christian, yeah, Maminti Okakra sana idea mononi 7 diaba.
Oh, but I think that I was a bit disappointed in Arsenal, especially the last 15 minutes of the extra time. Once you ball 90 minutes in the go game near 1-1 no. And you call 30 minutes extra time. Yeah. 30 minutes extra time. You ball 15 minutes we no. Now we changes na coaches in the na. The last 15 minutes of the game, I still insist. Send Arsenal our quality on the pitch than PSG. But I was so disappointed that even with that, now born was Arsenal half of the pitch. Second half of the extra time now. After 15 minutes, what team say PSG for no, and visibly you could see some players. Some of them were not even fit. Yeah. A game where PSG, Dembele film, Vitina, Quaiscaria. I think they do a Penacano. What I say, Fabian Ruiz a free. Yeah. So most of the key players were even taken off. And Arsenal, I introduced some players via quality and so through. So the last 15 minutes of the game, not players Regina Park and so. So all compare Arsenal any PSG now. Now Arsenal quality on the pitch than PSG. I was so disappointed that that 15 minutes, Arsenal decided not to attack, but sit back and wait for PSG. PSG and then attacking. In that moment, now Petit me should go in the last 15 minutes. Now PSG.
You want PSG made on Ababe, João Neves, Beraldo, Zaire
Emery. Now
so the Martins Zubimendi. They had Declan Rice and Eberechi Eze.
Eze is a quality player. So you look at him, Eze Arsenal pushing game no to PSG. But Arsenal sat back and my PSG eventually gave the penalties. And Matisse almost say penalties, almost practicing the training grounds. They were not missing penalties. Again, you can tell say training grounds penalty bono entirely different from match day penalty. Match day penalty atmosphere. And the consequences of that penalty now bono and the weight and your weight kitwa. And me yanka rugby no me sanka mama fonte says no nations any football clubs are paying attention to details bia you might think that it's relevant me sure game ni no na me pay specific attention edu penalties no on say ye toso coins ni mienu the first coin no while be winning no una would decide baby enkobo embo penalty no
yeah
the first toss no a PSG Ashraf Hakimi and a winning Ashraf Hakimi ni winning esa toss no Andy and what say yembo penalty no e baby a PSG supporters in a day ewo me so o game ni ya tamo winning toss na what say yankobo no PSG supporters na nim no me so say na o ka the supporters they say omo France jubilate say basa na PSG player akoba onya support sa Arsenal player akoba Andy onya against pressure na sa supporters be to so no enya sabiketwa so sa tiny time mekai England any Italy akobo sa Euro final no o say no so ko penalties and so no time Italy ewini toss no Italy for HUC say yemo penalties no baby o supporters na dey ewo and Sanya marketing no, you might think that any relevant. So Arsenal, and we need the first toss no, and Arsenal decided say, yemo penalties no, I will be Arsenal supporters in the war. Ebian Arsenal players no, even the confidence to convert those penalties. Penalties na body training grounds no, Andy, ubeti about 10 say training grounds no. But a bad match there. Almost say the walk from center line to say penalty yard penalty sport no in normal sense no about 10 kilometers walk long walk to freedom long walk to other so be villain and be hero anything no nyame no Ukraine I think that I must say Arsenal did well but in 90 minutes no me I was disappointed in Arsenal.
Mati yema obrena watch Sansi no but said ya can you hear fisabun so and you train the Black Stars of Ghana 26-man squad a they call FIFA World Cup no. Honorable Kofi Adams the sports minister na wakasam enso dia for Black Stars of Ghana appearance fee before see players never ball crown obi abeje $100,000 and yesika obi enseka which is about 11 billion and almost na on the day are you and so omission from the squad and we didn't come area for asamba kwa eba from now twemu nyina no the omission of Abranche friend said Derrick Cohn was squad demo ema nyina yinim ne uncle granting interviews ni some kan poster Abranche friend said Derrick Cohn ne brother Edeba Bonten Henry Asantichum the communications director for the FA or the nchemu ediaba as to why ema Derrick Cohn one entimi amfer ni nyina de hu sem no Bremo ewo dwumadino sɛ the MTN FA Cup final enso koso ewo University of Ghana Stadium ewo Legon Nations even though some call relegation ewo league ni brebom eno on penalties eno mo so age the MTN FA Cup no to ombako Africa ye ba so ombako anaso mo nkwa ni nyina no ye de ho nsem enso eba ewo dwumadino so mediama enso gu so mo se omba strengthen omo team no for omo Africa campaign ni nyina no ensem ya boabo no pe ye the Bremo ewo ye dwumadino so 97 de and also pa President Mahama so akwakodin komo nanu ewo London na president the first gentleman of the land say yemfantu yase Ghana ehwese yebe tam supporters edi omo free ha akọ America so omo nkọ games neum omo make sure say omo provide tickets edi ama Ghana for say Canada nanu na meka Jordi Abamo group of young Ghanaians womo every different universities they say omo base in Canada omo come for the past 2 years omo dey say omo train say be team no beba no ma ba support ti President Mahama say safol and omo provide omo to go there omo ho dada in terms of accommodation be anya afi dey be physical for e dey akwa omo to omo dey and omo provide tickets say dem likewise yen too much say American the same thing e be ho so hontini nyina be tie president in samwa watimi e dey atoja e dey afa ne so wo pi e na yabo abo no pe a yet Bremo e wo dwumadi so what is Christian nka what Maxwell na Asian nka Jacob Atwusome any production team Bright Owusu Darren Paul nom enyina e bo asan so e na Jaribes Mark any trend e wo hasia omo so we say e be live e wo media ne so na bibia enso etimi akama me dey Andrew so Owusu obetia from Andy Castas me trem na e dey ama chairman Bright Kankambodu me hu se obi be text busa say na other chamo da so e wo hospital ana ba cho da bi hospital bed so but you see what one crying asemu yeah Champions League ni we am say the following day next week to kwai and tinya papaye why we say call him on the shoe had your course be Saturday no mo ba 17:59 bia no mo hu no on the squad no we ba me say ye Arsenal ye nche wa monone ye Arsenal so Champions League na e afro mo so omra omo aba ye Arsenal we ya as and say ya pon ye ko eno so a once am mo nche wo ni how ba ko no o ba no person o mo che because unu say me free around 10:30 me free na feel no mo live band na so pa okay yeah but as on say omo ye hu omo ye pa ne omo no chance na je no say no mo dozo but after the game omo anche ba ko na mu so ndi obo oche onu say oba anche bo san so tena oche so you no also say broken heart na nya ba na de orbe anche so nya kaka ajari mi say hwe video ba ko de na omo as omo mo ke chairman no o de yiwaju free chairman so ne hwe re mo say nyi video ni bi na unje re ne wa wonim re ne te wono no na re o se oba wi asem se e dey to so bi no ne ra ho pa Saturday no na me say re football me ona no te wono ma de te wono de atu re na ni nyina ye kokokokoko esa ko che no asa former abude wono no o to wodi na me say jajundwi no na national abam no jajundwi no oh ma you know what guy adwendwen no ubedi Arsenal chi abadwendwen sa na yede re bibi abe fa bibi abe nkwa wona ni na yeko fa mo no nsem no ba dia kagina no enso to so high pure 95.7 FM. Are you ready? Are you. A penalty. Sounds and a player friends Gabriel. One also consider a penalty. PSG Nuno Mendes SA one penalty. Name because Arsenal say two into na a good enough answer more. One answer 8 million winning a UEFA Champions League trophy. The other one some Mamu Ewoj Madrid Champions League. So na you didn't come come with coach. Your friend is Andoni Iriola near new command of paces here because I know a Saturday you go show your program and breaking news. No Emma was say Liverpool any ora your friend is Anna Slot one enya party ways ebi no Liverpool asake no ebi mo se coach na nkasa decide say obe step away enso atiako enti Saturday na e beto ga Liverpool coach no one so agya adwuma no okọ na wan na e replace no enso for Liverpool report amensa kam and so this week Liverpool ebewie with ora your friend is Andoni Iriola eno aye former aye bomber former manager no yes Liverpool ebe sem no sabet yaka sa manager am openye no enso etima to asama de nyina aye kama enso de free na me bacho me ma aye picture bi aye 3 Spanish aye coaches say Liverpool ewie ora friends Andoni Iriola ne move na ma me fa we entiga say you benya 3 coaches a wamukuta aye top aye team say Premier League no mo nyina aye teammates enso e was Spain ho ba bi yes club ya ne friends na Northern aye Spain amateur aye football team ya your friends Antiguoco Satibo something for we nyina no enso abopen no mo aye teammate ora your friend is Mikel Arteta aye coach Edema national team no Antiguoco wabopen Xabi Alonso enso abo the same team and open your friends Andoni Iriola one also abo the same team anyway aye former aye teammates and Salam Diga can amateur youth team e won Northern aye Spain and on na we nyina e benya top aye teams enso Premier League etima manage and on a later saba some come on yet emamon enso wojumade no sana pay Manchester City e defender your friend said Nathan Ake Farmame Nathan Ake reporter me second and yes one club na France Bournemouth one ever fan Nathan Ake at your free Man City because Bournemouth for Elusu aye Marco Senesi one echo aye free agent says I'm a replacement aye Nathan Ake and omukwa say omusa ebetia kan from Manchester City Adenava and aye debate enra aye international friendly matches ni answet me cause na we to enra games across some international games no become I mean for we enter as enra games no results ni bi Ecuador Saudi Arabia 2-1 Mame Fantuga South Korea TNT 5-0 Mexico Australia 1-0 Japan Iceland 1-0 Singapore Mongolia 4-0 Switzerland Jordan 4-1 Czech Republic Kosovo 2-1 Cape Verde anasa Cape Verde team no almost 3 Emma Serbia anti Poland etrase Emma Ukraine to Germany 4 Emma Finland 1-20 Dennis Undaf 2 goals from one go and a brancher your friend is Jamal Musiala and Sushabako USA 3 Emma Senegal Timutu Sergino Des and Christian Pulisic and your brancher friends Balogan 3 goals no Senegal Sadio Mane and a 2 goals no answer the mamo and on area to Enra Brazil Panama Canisia Emma Panama team no 2 Ghana and Panama everybody in first game ɛwɔ Toronto enti when a rival watch what I said you to na yɛ 6 and sen ɛyɛ my friend say Brazil for say name Panama for no ɛhyɛ 2 na kyɛ sɛ nkɔfo no wɔn etimi hyɛ goals ɛno ayɛ deɛ tia ho nkɔmɔ no yɛt ɛma mo ɛwɔ dwuma sɛ no Vinicius Junior mu nyinaa ɛnso etimi to ntrɛ ne bi ɛde ma club am yɛ ana sɛ my friend say Brazil Casemiro ɛhyɛ goal Abranche friend say Ryan ɛhyɛ goal Lucas Paquetá ɛhyɛ goal Igor Thiago hyɛ penalty ɛna Danilo ɛnso ɛhyɛ 1 goal ɛno ɛyɛ deɛ tia yɛt ɛma mo ɛwɔ dwuma no so me Panama players no wɔn ɛne Neymar ɛntimi nsia kan bi aka to sɛ Neymar ɛyɛ player for the next 2 weeks no Neymar ɛbɛtena fie Neymar ɛnona Neymar ɛyɛ present ɛnso stadium hɔ ɛma Neymar ɛbea wabɔnten ɔbɛwɛvi ɛyɛ Brazil supporters no ɔnu sɛ player ɔno ɔmo game no bi no ɛduru baabi na kyɛ sɛ Brazil supporters no ɛyɛ Neymar din ɛna ɔmo de to nnwom Neymar ɛna obia ɛnso bɔ de din ɛnso ɛwɔ stadium hɔ yɛwie game no yɛhu sɛ Panama players ɔmo nyinaa kɔ Neymar nkyɛn obia ɛne Neymar ɛnso twa ɛyɛ picture ɛno ɛde kyɛnkyɛn Neymar nie ɔne Panama players no muhyia sɛmɛnwom a mo ne sɛmɛnwom ɛnso ɛntwa pictures because Semenyo ɛnso ɛwɔ form pa ɛno ɛde kyɛ ho nsɛm no yɛte ɛma mo ɛwɔ dwumadi ne channel pay maminko Argentina ɔmo camp ɛyɛ Kansas ɛyɛ City wɔm maminfa we ɛnto yɛ sɛ ɛna wo akyi ɛna Leo Messi ɛnso ababɛduru ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Kansas ɛyɛ City baabi a Argentina ɛno ɛyɛ defending champions no wɔn ABC world champions ABC no Messi ɛna ɛyɛ captain ɛde ma national team wababɛduru na Messi ɛba no wɔne ɛyɛ aberante a yɛfrɛ sɛ Rodrigo de Paul ɛna bɛpie mu ɛnso ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Kansas City hɔ ɛno ɛyɛ reporter no nso twadwa yɛto ɛma mu ɛnso dwumadi so already na players ne bi ɔmo kɔ Argentina no wɔn ɛnso travel ɛba America Messi ɛne aberante friend sɛ Rodrigo de Paul deɛ na ɔmo ɛda so ɛwɔ America enti na no sɛ ɔmo wɔ Miami na ɔsɔ mo fly ɛnso ɛkɔ Kansas City ɛkɔhyia ɛyɛ team no enti Messi akɔduru Argentina ɛstart ɔmo World Cup preparation with ɔmo captain ɛyɛ Leo Messi yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ rooms no ni ani nkɔmɔ na mame first room Nicolas Otamendi deɛ sɛ ɔnsɛ Argentina players no ɔmo hyɛ ɛyɛ rooms ɛno yɛ hotel rooms no ɔmo hyɛ ɛyɛ 2-2 deɛ kyɛne sɛ Otamendi ɛde Depo ɛbɛhyɛ the same ɛyɛ room yɛnya ɛyɛ picture of ɔyɛ ɔmo room na no door na no na sɛ gate na no wɔn de obi a wodin ɛnso de abɔ enti first door no yɛwo sɛ aberante friends Otamendi ɛne Rodrigo de Paul room 203 wɔn ɛna wɔ hɔ deɛ kyɛne sɛ Leo Messi ɛnko ɛbɛwɔ 1 room Messi ɛde obi a ɛnhyɛ room ɛno ɛyɛ diamante wɔn nsɛm no yɛto ɛma mu ɛwɔ dwumadwuro ti so ɔwɛ ɛyɛ 203 a ɛyɛ Rodrigo de Paul ɛne Nicolas Otamendi na mmom Leo Messi room no ɔno nko ne din ɛna bɔ ɛyɛ room ɛyɛ door na no na kyɛ sɛ Messi nko a ɛna bɛhyɛ inside wɔn nsɛm no yɛto ɛma mu ɛnso wɔ dwumadwuro ne hyɛ no pɛi mame ɛyɛ Senegal ɛyɛ players no because Senegal ɛnra diamante no sɛ ɛwɔ Bank of America Stadium no yɛso ɛyɛ Senegal players no na ɔmo test ɛyɛ pitch no ɛnso ɛtumi ahwɛ deɛ kyɛnie deɛ no ɔmo yɛ ɛne sɛ no ɔmo try sɛ ɔmo bɛ bounce ɛyɛ ball no na yɛsɛ Senegal for no ɔmo nyɛ happy na Bank of America Stadium no ɔmo fix grass ne new na ɔmo se ball no ɛbɔ fam a ɛntumi ɛmbounce yie wɔn to ball no ɛkɔ soro ɛbɔ fam a ɛntumi ɛmbounce yie ɛnti deɛ mɛnti no sɛ ɔmo report ɛnso deɛ ma FIFA na afei ɛmmerɛ aka FIFA ɛnso ayɛ bibi ɛde afa ɛyɛ Bank of America Stadium no ɔmo ayɛ bibi nso de afa hɔ because pitch no according to Senegal ɔmo team no ɔmo nhyɛ da ɛnhu ne yie ebacho video no ɛna ɔhwɛ no ɔmo yɛ training ɔmo so bounce ball na ɛntumi bounce yie ɛnti FIFA ɛwɔ so ɔmo hwɛ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ North Carolina ɛne baabi a Senegal ɔmo nso ɛbɛhyia yɛde wɔn nsɛm ɛba mo ɛwɔ dwumadi no so World Cup ne ba so mame aberante friend sɛ Marcus ɛyɛ Rashford bɛkɔ bi ɛde amam ɛyɛ England ɛyɛ team no mene woka sɛ Rashford ɛwɔ America deɛ mɛtene sɛ Inter Miami ɔmo facilities no wɔmo de ama ɛyɛ Marcus Rashford na bɛhyɛ Marcus Rashford training awɔdie ɛnso ɛwɔ Inter Miami for ɔmo facilities no ɛnya sɛnkotwa wunya ɛyɛ prepare because no akɔ out akyɛm ɛbɛ ɛyɛ national team a sɛsɛ wasan so nya call up aberante no hyɛhyɛm ne gym work ɛne nneɛma a wɔyɛ ɛnso wɔ facilities hɔ no ɛmmerɛ England team no nso bɛba abɛduru no na wotwɛ sɛ ɔyɛ fit na ne ho nso dendenden na ɔyɛ sharp because ne form a wonyaeɛ ɛwɔ Barcelona Rashford ɛpɛ so ɔde the same form ɛwura mu ɛde ma the English national team ɛmmerɛ a ɛyɛ nam World Cup games ɛnso bɛtumi akɔ so Rashford ɛbɛhyia Tia Ghana because England and Ghana were the same group. Ghana, young second group game against England. And yet and so I from penny for me report say FIFA World Cup no FIFA for one the new rules and so and as Emrano, Wama Church, Bimokama, never P, and so better. You never be one ma, not our football, Umbe, and so their foot free, a football, be one more, Wama Church, Mokama. Now, or the two said the Mawa, you ever said the changes, no, Esia Tedika, almost see video assistant referee, no, Ebet stop it. Ebia aya foul will be a committee before sabo ebe ram aya and as before sabo no ebeba into play ewo aya set pieces and ebia sir ansan enfans team bi enya aya free kick no ba be peja no petre e kwaso goal post ni mo no bi kwa foul obi a yes ombaba kwan I'm a video assistant referee and so etimi a step in obekwa kore say aya foul even before a kick off, no penalty, or much of a penalty, and so a team that are attacking, and number one. Number two, almost see, young fan to us a VAR, Ebet overturning a wrongly awarded second yellow card, and of incorrect awarded corner kicks. Serbia, Yakomobi yellow card, na a yellow card, VAR, and sweating about second yellow card, no VAR, Ebet and sweating room. I say, almost see in front to us a corner kicks, and it's a commercial ball, a corner, and senya kona referee kona and so VAR and so etia akọ say kona referee anya VAR no ebetia akọ check mame fa we ento us about throw-ins any goal kicks are me ba tro mo beto aye throw-ins any goalkeepers no about goal kicks are almost 5 seconds countdown. One more, indirect and Suditia, and a report and also better yet ever say, young fellow and us already. Rika said players are some Okabi Biatrobi now those on Sako Kadoa and on straight referee ever red card. Sabia Oko referee and Nakodinkomo now the ones Anasa Watari, Ekatawanua, a red Okom, a opponent, a player ho now in the Kokasa Okatawanua and also a straight a red card. Almost young friend to get a punishment ever call. Eddie Martin Samuel walk off air pitch. Sabia because of a protest. Sadia Nano, Yabo Afcon final, Senegal walking off no almost a punishment and Subet Yaba. The amount and it's a mandatory 1 minute of air full treatment air period. Minina and Subet Yakoso, and a reporter by Yadon some Emamunti Alpha for anybody be almost for a walk up from any doing some no yet Emamu Ewo Jordan. So my family and to us Adeba Combasaye and it's a goalkeepers no almost say. Goalkeepers, a ferry, a injury. As we play no actual from Uber when any players no Edimrika, Eba a touchline, Eba bepe a instructions. FIFA as a sadia no Oba yi answer the free keepers a prior untimintna from Eba players and so Emma a touchline. Say players no keep at enough from any question about touchline. Some about the information. Ninja of FIFA valid for the World Cup and a report about Yadon some Emma Ewo Jordan. So me call Real Madrid as well. No Maxwell Ebus Madrid Amunto players and now I'm try after World Cup no Mami Fiorentino Perez and Mbappe because I know Omukubus and Mbappe Hunsem Fiorentino Perez I say young fan to us Obuankasa Omo na also Mbappe na obo position are different from any position I know when in Madrid na also what you told us throw Mbappe off and according to a president no also Madrid for throw Mbappe off so say Madrid president say I will be correct mistakes be correct because I was some Mbappe on within the position there be no tonton edema a PSG Madrid for a yoma kono mkofano no wamu also at the same position opinion we eno mkobusan on Vinicius Junior say yes Vini and so demand a yesika Vinicius as in sika no dente on sign contract no and say sika no mumpejam emfama no president no deny sa story no say sa report no anya no kre anya no cross Vinicius Junior and so demand a yesika and sana will renew the contract by president no also sansem no and so no kre bia enim na owi e rodi kwato ya say season wey obetumi aka say a FIFA Club World Cup no e kele a Madrid season or say Madrid enya a pre-season and after 3 months no manya 28 injuries into way a learning experience at Real Madrid. Now almost into a kind of Club World Cup no Omobiamana and was say person Club World Cup no minimum on choose a Club World Cup not on throw the entire season away into over from Wajini and a president Fiorentino Perez and what the San Common and Sodia Tuya a branch of friends Gerard Bowen a player at the West Ham United West Ham Omari Echo a champions of relegation may not report a Chelsea team no yes Chelsea a branch of friends Gerard Bowen because Chelsea want to say Akodawe the bar in terms of experience and versatility obetia of our attack and the Chelsea team no Diamante say West Ham United around 50 million pounds. Name a bit subetiate on betting bagani amana about 40 million pounds. No matter Gerard Bowen and a reporter in Saka yether one some ebamu ewo jumedin sanope mamin fawe entuga sesi aminoka say reporter in Saka and it's oko UEFA so ya Champions League na course no memendano say individual awards no obanya enso dia ba a branch reference Kivicha Kvaratskhelia one and a UEFA a player of the season Champions League, the best player ever the just under Champions League, no, a PSG boy, their friends, Kvaratskhelia, a 17 goal contribution in 16 matches, most goal contribution than 8 games, and a branch friends, Kvaratskhelia, and a player of the tournament, and it was also a man of the match in the third game. Okay, Saturday, no Christian El Descasiano, Kvaratskhelia, and a man of the match, and was a player of the tournament. Mamin Fawe and to Arda Güler, one and a Champions League young player of the season, Arda Güler, and an instant and Swatiaka Madrid, Anjada, Anyade Wachamilum, Arda Güler, and an Insakasa award, Mamin Fawe and to as a goal of the season, our Champions League, and it's a Fedi Vavadi. Sane 3 goals or so Editia Man City ewo Santiago Bernabeu the third goal no Diabetes and on UEFA as the best goal of the just under season and on Mama Champions League a team of the season na yenin komo they say according to UEFA for team of the season say goalkeeper David Raya, defenders Marcos Llorente from Atletico Madrid, Nuno Mendes from PSG, Gabriel Magalhaes from Arsenal, Marquinhos from PSG, middle Vitinha from PSG, Declan Rice from Arsenal, Kvaratskhelia from PSG, Abranche friends Michael Olise from Bayern, Ousmane Dembele from PSG, and Harry Kane also from Bayern. To Bayern, and 2 players. Atletico Madrid, enya 1 player. Arsenal, enya 2 players. And a club from PSG. Ensunya 6 players and a team of the season and to one of his own deserve no you are shooting at the front of the Sudiaba and a goalkeeper your furniture Safonov or no and a demo and PSG a team none a wife and so a Puskas Arena mama and wife no na unsa Safonov a Russian na Russian na send a no person the Russia flag echo a Puskas Arena mama na fanko or no ankasa fine away I will be creating Russian air flag. Materials and then teams no PSG. At the supporter club no more materials a be a white, a be a blue, and a be a red. Russia colors no to go na kasa the fire and no keka ni nyina bo mukama and what design a Russian flag this among my kwai e for Russia flag ma onu so nya materials one at the end Russian flag and na wo ya the one some ema e would do so na branch ya friend is Safonov near and onu so kwai sane mana ya the one some ema e would do so na yanko a PSG a team demo na yanko tinko because anura not just a nisem and so the Paris Saint-Germain a club na only you say because Champions League and Kofoi actress amo eba be campaigns of the Champions League na a PSG emra amo team no ever do our Paris ya kan aye motosa be ba motosa e kosia PSG a team no amo rival no na enya asem ko to be ko ni akwa akwe Name of the video at was the Mawa, Jamaican almost a 1,000 motorbikes, and I just know ebi LED PS almost timbers no ebi ensu edin chain ebi edin achire, and I just say 1,000 motorbikes, and another PS almost tim no ensu eba Paris, and the camera from the airport or mobile, and the videos no and I will no not just and yasan go to obia obo tobiano utumus obia etunimotu ensu pia bonchene Emma just omo enso betimi ebehia tim no because some another celebrations no enso betimi ahia se me catch was a PLZ koje kapi enema pie because e wo Paris ebecho enra de betene sem na de nipa ne bi eprepra yasi nipa over 200 omo prepra yase ba akokra de just wa fam ahwere ne nkwa enom eye Paris enro nyema e course no nyanya asem ko to ne nyina eye because of your celebrations Saturday na najo omo sai nyema eduru ba bi na eye supporters omo the police and the diabom name sorry eye bicycles we are and as a motorbikes we are not just so any pa any club na you from say eye PSG omo team no and aye du omo command pay na ma me fa we ento get say yenya PSG fan baako I wonu so the message Abraham Mbappe ni or your former player Eddie Mbappe my phone no send one message what Abraham Mbappe on one kasa koye ni just koye na tare and what Mbappe etu mu no say message ni or say 100% of a teams Omaje Champions League Omaje without Mbappe. Any message a PSG fan and so they come Mbappe say teams Omaje Champions League no obi an waje with Mbappe and Mbappe free PSG 2 seasons ago. Sa seasons ni no omo age eye Champions League onye and what this message no e dey kwa come Mbappe mami player friend say Bukayo Saka Maxwell Emsa Saka now we no say Saturday be decider and so be decisive e dey ma Arsenal team no only say Bukayo Saka onya enwini eye game any final game one Asia kan say ni team say national team and also the club side na obebo game ni bi enya dey say ni team no enso egwele okay Euro 2000 final Obobiom lose England lose here. Euro a year 2024 final. Obobiom lose here. 2026 League Cup a year final. Obobi Arsenal lose here. Champions League final. And also Bukayo Saka esa Obobi Arsenal esa lose sa final game. Teno aya branch friends Bukayo Saka. Na Thierry Henry not just in full support for club from Arsenal because Okache players no so on 2006 or try it when Tianye and all back in the current A players. So me just Saturday no be videos the chawa ye hu se Henry ede Bukayo Saka ejina wa wo edin komo ma me fa we ento ya se Jamaican ene se Henry ede akwa to ya se we Austin Luis Enrique any PSG Oma transforming the history of French air football forever na Austin air PSG enkofo no onyahu air French air team a obo bobo ne better to say air PSG also since air Olympic Marseille in the 90s na onyahu any French air team a Omodru PSG for level no Henry and about aya club friends PSG for abas omo yadwuma pa enom jet omo kobusa Declan Rice se eze any Gabriel and amamanyi aya champions omo say penalties and Declan I say without aya 2 players no nanka Arsenal entimenyi Premier League without Eberechi eze without aya Gabriel nanka Arsenal Entime any a Premier League. Declan Rice the response I don't know to we're defending the teammates no and yet Emma so I wouldn't say and Arsenal club no and so you parade in the camera now me Arsenal parade wouldn't say police for to ya so estimate best middle of 1.5 million Arsenal fans and then almost celebrating and Arsenal for victory almost parade no almost see that not even political rally and I so any pardon say I just say I am England and as our London no almost in attendance yanko Arsenal almost parade no emra players no omotete open top bars so na Arsenal supporters egu street is no your exclusive videos ya didn't enso nyamotre na head your course be enra enso with the streets of North London na nya asem kutokra Arsenal videos no dey chow and when go so wo hwe no chance na supporters na natural say London and some go to obonye champion dem no dey kaka so even without the champions obo league trophy wo be ko parade ni nra natural say anu atempa nipa domo mu gumontre na Arsenal yenya supporter ba ko ono chiro message e dey go board so by say Arsenal are saving a life. So Arsenal are saving a life. And yes, and come the Champions League ka ho dia ka binim asema just a fun on enso betia ka na only one interesting idea here. Yenya the camera the Empire State Air Building no. The Empire State Air Building. Woman enso e peda and I say woman lighting up red and white air colors and no alajo ninyina in honor of air Arsenal title air celebration 22 years in 22 the Obakubi pa in general Koba so celebrate sano the Empire State Air Building woman lighting up the whole building in Arsenal colors red and white no and the lighting up and Kobusa kai have it to say on name one person and Kobepe Sankasa celebration and Abakuya Bemanti and Rabako Beman proposed to the girlfriend and parade nasi Omoya parade because say Nigeria and Swaba say Arsenal for the said your Omani Asiagino Ubu so much idea of the Bema and you will say Babrantano and so echo propose him a lady so can yes Emma or J ring no eshan and say our parade nasi no J ring no edition in Sakama as a Bibia NCAT and on air dear Mamin Fawe and to get a report I mean Seka ye who be fair obi proposal yes and no parade national yes omo will be sekai yes omo ko papa be sekai any past 16 Mina report say police for sanko for nyina ewo aye parade na say eno ye report e ba ho nkomo no yet e ba mom enso wodwuma de ne sana no pay eno eye said ye ho nsem esiete na mami oro friends Xabi Alonso so say aye Liverpool ana slot eko so ko aye Liverpool team ne ma supporters no ebi mo say entina munim se anaslot mo pamona adentina man pamno na man kofa Xabi Alonso because almost munim se because Liverpool for a delay into Emma and Anasano and Emma Alonso ekwaje Chelsea for na dwuma no senke bia wamo epamo eye anaslot ye wi season up eno pamo anaslot en ka Liverpool for en sebeka Xabi Alonso eno aye reporter men say ka nemum the other part in so almost dey binya no kre because ewo Liverpool yes obi to say aye Michael Edwards eno penya friends who so mo call us no yes omo Alonso no mo mpeno na omo mpe Xabi Alonso and a reporter ba yes mo ewo dwumade so James Milner a former Liverpool player say at age 40 Milner and no pay announce say after 24 years our football what you assuming na enso ba na wiye and James Milner about 658 matches of the 3 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 2 Community Shield Cups, 2 League Cups, and 1 Champions League. Unia and so the Osuna Abani we are on to also NCA Cabu. Na James Milner every month and as all free air football mono. Mamen Fawe enter us Oko Premier League or the record Cassia and every Premier League no ya can players are Wamanya most appearances say Premier League no Pepacho James Milner about 658 matches. Gary Barry about 653. Ryan Giggs, about 632. Frank Lampard, about 609. David James, about 572. Gary Speed, about 535. Emil Heskey, about 516. And Max Schweizer, Obaka and Liverpool, 514. Jimmy Carragher, about 508. And Phil Neville, about 550. Abrantia, your friends of James Milner, Ono, and a Premier League player. What about more matches? To say, nay, Ono retire, and on air Manchester United. Ewa kodake to bia your friend say Tyler Fletcher menya reports oko scholar na yes my friend no omo walk up squad no nyina and say Billy Gilmore omo say akrana kwakopra Billy Gilmore ekopra ni absence no wama tonsa area friend Tyler Fletcher say Fletcher mum emra oya kodakra wo Manchester United wono ebeko FIFA World Cup ni bi enra ena Uruguay omo coach your friend say Marcelo Bielsa enemy Uruguay for squad no Luis Suarez ewo Uruguay team no 39-year-old no the challenge on the all-time top scorer Edema Uruguay national team no World Cup no manager no amfa aya branchen ankobi eno Jamete Jano Black goalkeeper Ediama Atletico Minya report say yes the freedom so no ankasa and decide the future so betena ana so person obekono ono ankasa and decide we are on personal information from a club no penny for na omo grants and wish Ediama so stay on the new contract on stay no obekwa on the man simple and so Ediama branch no Jorge Mendes a super agent Minya report say yes obey busy some away with a Barcelona because our 5 players our Barca also when you transfers one a branch friends Ansu Fati and then Fati as a Monaco 4% when you do permanent a agent Korea Mark a Casado yes for the first time Casado enya over free a Barca because Bono Ohun Sabayadin Alejandro Baldi a Joao Cancelo and Bernardo Silva obina a players a Uru friends Jorge Mendes any players obina and so either way abe associated with a Barca and a Jametia yes Emamu Ewo Jumedino Hakimi Ashraf ababe most decorated African player ever with 19 major trophies. Wabesan Samuel Eto'o and Yaya Toure no more age 18. Say Hakimi after Saturday Saturday waje UEFA Champions League round the 19 3 Champions League titles, sans and 3 French Super Cups, 2 Coupe de France, 1 AFCON, League watch 5 times, Serie A bako, UEFA Super Cup bako, FIFA Club World Cup bako, German Super Cup bako, Spanish A Super Cup and also bako, 19 major trophies and the Moroccan Abranche France Hakimi on Sunin Nyaka, Curtin Jones and green personal deals and I know and I'm able to get some Kanyas area Inter Milan. So said the Martin is Inter for no I had a personal agreement no or maybe a contract until 2030. So say I had 2 teams no there and say 2 teams no one and so me I agree on a figure now Abranche and so I join the club now you're from say Inter Milan and we are Curtin Jones and you didn't want some edit Intawa Minya reports Kepa Arrizabalaga Jamaican Semna Joma of Kepa Ediama a club I from Inter Milan Kepa Nenko was on the answer for Jim a league no and that's a Champions League no or Premier League name went me so obako a Inter so say Barcelona as players omoton jerseys just end the season no top 5 no Lamine Yamal a 1 Gavi a 2 Pedri at also 3 Lewandowski a 4 and our branch friends Rafinha at also a 5 almost any top a 5 players are almost most a jerseys at the mark club now you're from some and a bobukwa the ding and so a day a Barca Mamin Fawi and to yourself a club now from say live for and you're confirming David Ancelotti Carlo Ancelotti the bano Omanya confirming say oh no and as I say obey your coach and so yama a little a bobo into opinion and so nya jatum Mamin Fawi and to yourself Julian Alvarez and the Barca and Sensem Enrique Serraza oye president Edema Atletico Madrid team they say Aquadano oye Atletico Madrid player not just for this season or so many more seasons no more here in that season one as also the right players ever team them Wabo best players among Kasom Betom into Okrano, Omo West Ombenya good players, Edia Becamo, Natchez Omonia Branchia, your friend is Julian Alvarez, and so Abo, Ediama, AM, Omo Club, and Team Munabutre, and no Ayadimity reports a Bossa, and Danny Omo sends a Kawaha, yes, and Arsenal for no, Wamu Egus and Monitania, and Yama Yipa, Danny Omo, Arsenal for no, when we are interested, especially to say our Branchano, on Shada and Prepra, say a season, woman who so prepare. Says a Bibia and so it's why come and so yama a piano and I report and so to ya the other one some mamu and so much mediation there but your company be air per workers and your my you must see amino say now almost one per store I am managers 3 also kuta HND or higher degree Omo per store attendance and Sunipa 3 also kuta oye SHS graduate and a fame a warehouse workers Sunipa 3 also oye SHS graduate Omo per cleaner back up and your bar and on per apply but your Fred number was to say 0267 000 003 0267 000 na wa fresh ana mane se when adwuma enso atumi aye mame fa we ento anim se ye kwero clean sound soap no eya abamoden ema wonsa enkema ka cho se clean sound soap no eno ene ede wo horo yensa eba eya bacteria ene germs awon fa woni ehu a be cho u use clean sound soap 99.9% ekuma mu nyina enso refri wonsa ema tambian u use safe oto a ya no to bi enso de ama wonam fofo ni abusuafo no obi use bi GC brand yes, it's all about you. And dear Tiamamin coming Namin Kelse, also Obstacle Enterprise for the Libya, Mekosonama Bomabaso, Makato said, oh, yeah, building project. Na Drew baby, I'll be here tiles, a tiling, no tiles, no floor tiles, wall tiles, no, yeah, the tiles, every a triford, and a family castle tiles, different colors, shapes, any design, sizes, no, yeah, the name be answered, the event, about tiles, I'll be here, there, and also Obstacle Enterprise, never contact them, Kumasia, one hour tunnels opposite, I am. Palace no adum 3 branches ba ko ya adjacent Ajabaju Rebio adum opposite post office na adum so ase omobe a Champagne Palace so Abrepo Junction opposite County Hospital 0244 458 542 0244 458 542 now the also Obstacle Enterprise for Tiakasa market was a year to 5 bedrooms finished a house we yeah, to our Chronom Red Park behind Adonko and as Angel Industrial Company. Your friend number was here. Oh, person to 5 bedrooms. Just here we 0545 388 553 0545 388 553. Ofra and telephone by Joe so and sweat wedding come on. Na Makacho say Angel killing Saturday no. Ekuyafono koko ekuyafono used to be so on family 20 and no koko na akate emetin so mese no kwa. E also unya Angel killing Satisfied on the cocoa no dark another black spot you see so one meaning no say cocoa no we use Angel killing Satisfied that e boni nyina ho ban afa e be so organic liquid fertilizer no mo amudua to so de no te entos cabbage sanso na meko ene sane me nyina no munyu so e be so organic liquid fertilizer I know ene be ma saso no aye from none of no enso atime nyini kama na we no enya na oko aye omo to agro chemicals especially keba no a omo aye any credit ya number tombi and so there was also to no friend 0548 618 025 0548 618 025 now Sakabi every Kumas Agro Processing Company Limited one and the power and so the aba obama day along Sakabi Africa Logistics more motonia from China and the Ghana no Makato say oh problem with shipment Africa Logistics and shipping services I say what the federal on shipping in area but small parcel group a small package say one more service car after full containers dedicated FCL shipping door to door pick up our China deliver Ghana the man of fast clearance hassle free custom clearance our Tema port and so by warehouses too our China you any Guangzhou Ghana Tema and after Kuma some online on sound share WhatsApp line 0536 735 0536 735 now ne Africa Logistics and shipping services from Oliomo and so intimate in Komata Roma any the first batch on and so Ebamen Kwabida for way nothing yin Komamisha from Sir Christian. Okay,
yeah, Andy,
I mean tell
but that's it. Na in room way na DC na no Saturday no ya famu die bitima chichi mama etifo atiase no Andy omonso etimi atiase asema edika me pese mekane se Andy emwa omoni nyeden a etimi twifo omonso easily ships omushi ni de ojaya na ayi
isha ship
ojaya unza mu ye
aponchi na good
unza mu ye too humble omoni nyeden besa ebase omu kwa akun against lions a group of lions na a group of sheep no united against a group of lions are omunye united omunye divided sa unity among a sheep no ebe one of their most dangerous weapons. PLG a certain point assemble players are me sure say enemremi PLG squad the chrome no omanya individual players bia maybe atwam no na omudin any status no there is no single PLG player presently and what's that be but some no now say PLG for ni were so divided penalty krana na ya dwen ho ye ko ntokwa de obobo no park so now PLG decided said they are now moving away from that era no na omo assemble ayem kwada omunim ball ni bo a and the ombeye united a omo te omo ho ase. Now, last season, PLG say Inter Milan 5-0 no. PSG average squad on that day net 25 years and 90 days. Last year, sir, starting 11 now, PSG editia Inter Milan now. Omushe Inter ekanumuna Inter entimianteno. The average squad of their starting 11 1 year ago, now 25 years and 90 days. Say obi onim football mu bia no. Enim say footballers no omo peak period 24, 25, 26, 27, every 28, 29 eba no and na decline efrase eba. Enti uhwe PSG team na akwa se omo assemble squad a afi na omo obi adai eduri peak. Squad na PSG crown no afi na all of them eduru peak. Now trend by the me akwa with a major trend. Only say it placed weight. PSG investment in no. They na also PSG biano maji o. They na car na so mutimi je ede toaso na mingo team aso. Ebe icing on the cake, you know. Was the Champions League? Yeah. They tried many times. Now PSG team in the Champions League, you know. In fact, there was a time I'm call final. Emma Bayern Munich COVID era no. I think it was 1920. And I'm call air final. Emma Bayern Munich esho me kaba kwa amantimiante. That was even the first time one under the new owners, you know, having made so much investment. Ato air stars in wo wiase say a mobile PSG no. Samre no na finals crack no. Didn't ma PSG. The only time they went to the finals in Swa Omuko share Bayern Munich. Emma Bayern Munich esho me kaba kwa amantimiante. But the tier say Nebia and the other person chilim. Number 40 years here. It is now much more difficult to win the Champions League than before. Say Champions League now. PSG4 afani say ayo moja padie. Ayo mo property no. Moji ni so easily no. Time na PSG enti binye Champions League no. The new format no. Ama winning the Champions League no. Abe much more difficult. Champions League no edi 71 years. And you have able. You started Champions League way back 1955. 1955, no, ye boya ebedru. 1992. That was the first version of the Champions League. And your first time obi edge Champions League e defending ye. Ye chiremwa. The first version of the Champions League from 1955 to 1992, no, there were several clubs on Mujiya. Omutimi defending ye. Ye can the first 5 edition of the Champions League, no, and the Real Madrid Nigeria. Real Madrid edge from 1955 to 1960. Omoje to aso sa. Say ye de ani kwa ekiri kakra bia. Benfica edge Champions League defending ye. 1961 and 1962. Inter Milan edge Champions League defending ye. 1964, 1965. Ajax edge to aso miensa. 71, 72, and 1973. And the Bayern Munich Raji to Asumiensa 74, 75, 76. And 1976. Liverpool edge to Asusai Defendee 1977 and 1978. Nottingham Forest edge Champions League Defendee in 1977, 79, and 1980. And then the old version, you know, the last team I get chance at Champions League, you know, a defender, you know, AC Milan in 1988, as a defender in 1989. But you converted to the new format, you know, and on that day, set team Bibetimiaji, no defender, and to Real Madrid appointed Zidane, and a Zidane Baya, or Bajeno, and it near 3-pit. 3-pit is just a Omoji to Asumiensa between 2016, 2017, and 2018. So the old version, you know, I started A55, you know, there were several clubs Omoji Champions League, you know, a defender here. You buy the new format, you know, and that's the immediate pass format, you know. And on that day, so be betting no defender, and a Real Madrid the only team. Just Champions League, you know, and the defender here. Now, you about the new format. The new format, and then you play more matches to win the Champions League than before. Because PSG had the Champions League, and they played 17 matches. In the old format, matches do a maximum 15 matches. Then PSG on their way to the final about 17 matches before they OG at the Champions League. Now, Adebakwa America can say, and the top player, one of the major considerations as okay, and not just about the quality, but the age and the longevity of player the amount. Say PSG squad, aging squad, and on the day last year now, Minas also go to imagine this year Champions League. Last year, aging squad, young squad, talented there, and on pair coach Andy onim said him kora and so timi adwuma. Here ka say between last year and last season, any this season, trophies are available. PSG betimi atino and they are 10. PSG adimu 8. Available trophies are also PSG etimigino. Aya 10. Emu ngwache PSG etimiaje. Mienu a amon timianye no. The Club World Cup. And this year the French Cup. I think Lens Energy I will say A needs by 3 goals to 1. So that is the only 2 trophies are PSG. Omumba timiaje in the last 2 years are PSG and timianye. 8 of the last 10 caps no PSG etimiaje dinyina. Now the other leagues in the Maso Adikaka. Maso intro no Ando Kaya was it PSG betimi the Champions League to also be answer. One of the major factors are PSG the number of matches they play domestically.
Okay.
They play only 2 domestic competitions. That is the League 1 and then the French Cup.
Coupe de France.
Even League 1 PSG a French League 1 18 teams level.
34.
So they play 34 matches. Other leagues, more competition, now almost say more matches in their league, especially in the Premier League. Premier League, about 3 domestic competitions.
Yeah.
Premier League, French League, about 34 matches. Now Premier League, about 38 matches. Now it got to a point. French football team said maybe a PSG drew omu here moi. Eti week be a omu game a day crowd. Yeshada Emma PSG for enough rest to prepare and play in the Champions League. Okay? On their way to the final, PSG enya 2-week break. Last week, National League game to Crystal Palace. Timo aka 1 week. America Champions League final. Now about a league game. Obo league game no na PSG 40 gina home and me sure senka French League 1 e ma na wieye enaka PSG Champions League game ba sa week na nanka Arsenal game no e ka the French football no about PSG arrested. So one of the major factors are PSG no almost fixtures na enye congested. They play fewer number of matches and almost squad no so no young squad they can run, they can play and a system no so no game na me share Saturday no ade amani anyi ho ne say you about 120 minutes of a football. So 120 minutes of a football no Arsenal about 25% of ball possession in 120 minutes. In 120 minutes, Arsenal enya 1 shot on target. In fact, so we expand Arsenal expected goals in the overall 120 minutes now 0.44. 0.44 means the probability of Arsenal scoring the goal in the 120 minutes, now 44%. How do you play a game in a Champions League final, play 120 minutes of a football, have 25% of ball possession, have 1 shot on target, then you expect to win? In fact, say Champions League in Bayern, the ball possession percentage in Arsenal the lowest in the final. Team bien one more about Champions League final. And the ball possession 24, 25 or lower than the Arsenal last Saturday. In fact, the previous air record, the lowest air ball possessing percentage, nothing Bienya in a Champions League final, no, the same Arsenal. 2006 final now. Arsenal any Barcelona boy no. Arsenal enya 29.7% in the final. That was the lowest by any team in a Champions League final. But no, Maso. Yeah. We can excuse Arsenal because they played almost 72 minutes of the game with a man down. So when you are playing against Barcelona, now you bought a 18 minutes. Now player back enya red card. Now who defend it? Enya sa lower percentage na obiara timia to wase eti sa record na ne cross na no the same as na and a breaking record and say Champions League final the lowest percentage obianya in terms of air ball possession no Arsenal 24.7% and was only one shot on target. Now me sa Arsenal this tactics no any sa approach no e win game na maso na be But we begin to question the approach. Right? When you are defending, you make sure that you take your moment in the bar. Let those moments count. Saturday, Maso Kai say PG4 him how to attack. But when they attack now, PG4 will give you spaces. The first goal now, Arsenal say no. Imagine my trend. And the same spaces now. Nuno Mendes and a quarter anymore. Left a space behind Nuno Mendes. And our branch friend Kai Havertz 6 minutes into the game exploited a PG4. One of their weaknesses, they go forward, but spaces behind. So space now. Nuno Mendes echo anymore. Say imagine I read down this Osha na PG4 I bo high line. Here be a PG back line. Almost at the center line. And a high line about Bedru. Nuno Mendes score. And no more two pass no that was our line so Adante friend Kai Havertz ran to the ball and the Ekoya narrowed down the angle and the finish was simply excellent. First goal by no. When you are defending Maso, you are not going to get so many chances. When you are playing low block, the best thing is that much of the ball will be played in your half of the pitch. Adebakwe dangerous is that one shot you'll be prone to committing air fouls, committing free kicks, and dangerous areas are some position able to utilize it. But before then, Sir Brent friend Kai Havertz at the key the second moment at the game no go 2-0 and the game no carry.
Yeah, me know ya
two house baby o say go no na Arsenal right side, PSG left side. The second chance no eba PSG left side one omuvi by the left side ho and the ebenya 1v1 you expect Kai Havertz sa chance no Kai Havertz convert ya and the last action of the first half game no go 2-0 me assure say na nke better say ka say Castle na ebo mabaso say o maje trophies sa chance na Kai Havertz antimi take no or commentary position me catch say I'm only hoping and praying say sir chance no miss here no Arsenal will not come back and count one of the reasons in tia omantimi anyi one of the reasons Arsenal antimi anyi trophy na because of such chance na Kai Havertz and to at them no Kai this time borrow to chance ma eto net mu and the Arsenal trophy no Kofi Champions League final World Cup final major trophy final no and ye mo ye je so na ka kire champions are won champions are not played so when you come and odo approach ba na so some moment ni ba na the one to take some moment na I think say it will come back and hunt you there to so as the changes bia e bia isi e frame Mikel Arteta na ebisa na o kire mu mentia se da de ntia oyi air trouser any sack free ball ede Abrante friend Maduki any Martinelli by me and I'm your coach Saka any trouser one of them should be on the pitch at every point in time and you cross Abrante friend Martinelli any Noni Maduki every park and so play together in the same moment in a final game against a team like PSG. na dia na no Manduki buy ni say do be ya de sande onya bola na okasa to support say omo man fans as a ojinja omo ba park no so de na so woye I justify the entire coach they didn't buy no. I did not see no Maduki justifying the reason why or Bobo air fine and be changes, you know. I think the coach got it wrong. Senanko be obi afrimua nanka only Ida Saka or Troza na bakunka park ne so but we no Andy timber for Mosquera na reasonable because Mosquera no onya yellow card. Mosquera committed a penalty. There was a possibility said that referee in the second half no why should that not second yellow card no so any moment in the game so now quite justifiable say coach ni Mosquera efimu oyi na fimu no one buy timber light for light change Andy Odegaard efimu no undo de buy na Victor Yokeres so we Odegaard efimu you expect another player and the creativity beba Odegaard only one about after 10 it's not me expect to say oyi Odegaard no and can offer as a mumra but oyi Odegaard no and other branch friend Victor Yokeres e buy later Saka Modric Medica kan Troza Martinelli oyi ma Luis Kelly buy no and he like for like Luis Kelly for branch friend Ezubi Mendy and oyi Eze and other Kai buy or the Eze ebe no na 91 minutes of the game and other Eze eba game no the aya me yan say obia nim say quality wise see a bobo no ye pia de so obia players are available Arsenal to me match PSG in terms of a possession obia ji tum bandi PSG a kwa escala free mu I don't want to be mu Bakola or the Bakola ebe mu na no me kai de okan de okan na Bakola ba ebe Bakola betimi abobo ni nyina but e ba se unconverted chance na a problem Bakola enya chance ba ku bi Andy senko no so convert ya e bia nkan penalties so kwa askari afim and Dembele afim Fabian Ruiz afim Vitina afim and Marquinhos afim so PSG the core of their team at certain point of the game you know were out of the game when you are playing against PSG na nyamia wadom Vitina nim Fabian Ruiz nim Dembele nim Kwaskele nim and what do you do at that moment you know I still insist now say Arsenal attack PSG more but Arsenal still decided say let's sit back na PSG for Emabo ni nyina do you know my disappointment now the next my BKB ka say your boy Champions League A group stage ni wie no Arsenal say goals do pa me boa eno on chantro but Champions League, you know, league phase, you know, different from knockout. You bought league phase in India, Senka league phase in Kwa, PSG and Champions League. You bought league phase, you know, Arsenal has 23 goals in the league phase, the most by any team in the Champions League this season. In fact, teams Ukraina or Mobile Arsenal in terms of air goals scored, you know, Bayern Munich has 22. Barca has 22 and a PSG I can say has 21. Bandi Arsenal etimi Atletico Madrid air 4-0 Arsenal etimi kwa away etimi kwache air Slavia Prague ese come yensa Abraham Tiantibi Arsenal etimi che Bayern Munich ese by 3-1 Arsenal ekwa away ekwache air Club Brugge ese come yensa 1-0 Arsenal ekwa away ekwache Inter Milan ese come yensa Emma Inter ete kenu bakwa and I was expecting Arsenal to be more adventurous. Che ye no cafes the efim no. She games Arsenal boy. Arsenal began to drop. Mame fama. So many ball Leverkusen no. Abko ball 1-1 ewa we. Arsenal be say 2-0. And over the 2 legs no, they scored how many goals? 3. Arsenal next game I was against Sporting. I'm go say 1-0 away. Ever ball 0-0. So they scored 1 over the 2 legs. Their next game was against, was it ATM?
Yeah.
Umbo 1-1 away. And I say 1-0. Shadia for a team I share more goals in the league phase. You do a knockout phase, you know. Arsenal able 6 matches, it's 6 goals.
Okay.
So why did they begin to drop when it mattered most? And the last 15 minutes there. 70 say Arsenal did as he said, okay, it will be a you. See a Belusu on penalties. And say Belusu within regulation time. No, let's throw our men forward. Ne Masoka said, let's take risks. After taking risks, I am pretty sure say Abianca could have paid off. The coach decided, said, I'm calling to my chef. Maybe me pushing game to the penalties. A do penalties, Andy. Everything is possible. One of the reasons why they lost, apart from PSG quality, a coach one decided to be taking risks.
Mera sister Christian Risa me ba Maxwell. So na Clifford Cheba for Sandy. Let it be said that Arsenal stopped playing right after scoring the first goal. PSG were literally there for the taking after they conceded. Ti na Arsenal so when you manai every pattern so ne also ne Christian adwene with submission and Clifford Yenchao. Now listen.
Yeah, Andy. Kwame Edu say main shout out to BKB any eco and a bright Tebio or London or we show more better luck next time. So Kwame Edu, I mean Arsenal has set unwanted records in this game Paul Moko boy. One they say only in 2006 or Moko final no one lose so much. Barcelona show money more lose so much until 2 times getting to the final are on lose here. And they were not able to win the trophy. And again, Omasa call all season in the competition on one lose so much. Still, Omansa and Jekapan. Omako bought 25% possession. I mean, also a bear record that was a team who bought the fewest possession in the final in the history of the competition. Now, Arsenal, lose the last 5 major European finals of Mako. Or all the other cups near Adina Kanwa. And again, also, they has a Champions League, the clean sheet na 10. And one set that record no in 2006. This time, no person called me equally, and they could not do that. Reasons in here, then, and the inexperience on the part of the Arsenal manager and the players, 100%, and on a play out in the game. Why? Arsenal used 17 players in the team. First 11, or make it 6 changes, right? Until the 6 and the 11 starting, now that will give you 17. Out of the 17, what I know is a weak Kai Havertz at that stage in Wabobida, and almost every player in the Arsenal squad number stage number bida. What do you mean? It's a highly inexperienced side, and Kai Havertz now Wabobida made a difference by scoring that goal for them. Now Kai Havertz be the 3rd person was a goal in the Champions League final for 2 different clubs. Number 1 here, wow here. Wait, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, had that been a Uhuri Michael Essien Mosono had to say and Obama Madrid or Sancha another one. And a second year Mario Mandzukic. And also say Juventus and Sancha Bayern. And Kai Havertz are be 3rd. And see, that is what really played out. But on the part of PSG, coach, this was his 3rd Champions League final. Or the Barca Koi, and or the PSG so called, or Bonnie 3rd. Into experience wise, no was so. And the PSG players, and the very close to 80% have all been there. The last time when they won, the team was there. Even the starting 11, now my news to be said. So we goalkeeper now. Add in a rumor alpha players no more. So in terms of experience, PSG were ahead, and that is what played out. Now, Arsenal, your more game no more or so but then what they failed to do and how Arsenal call game no because not Saturday make us one area Arsenal is strong, a defensive masterclass. Defense now minim Ateta baby or kushia and buy. Like I tell you, every team defends and every team attacks. But Obia or how mu defend how mu attack. PSG DNO a possession. Madrid a possession. Barca a possession. That is how we defend. Bayern Munich a possession. Nti ada de be ka say oh mo center backs na bi say Jonathan Tah mo ni ade o he bi ti say bi Akubasi ne ye fe Gerard Martin mo nye we but they possess well. Why? In football, the best way to defend is to possess. The Obeka said the best way to defend is to attack, and also you're true there, but in a technical term. In technical wise, it is to possess because the more I possess a ball, opponents need to mean your ball and find head. And the reason why our team ne possess be brain is say because possess crandy. One way say obe possess ya wunya bimba we are frustrated. And one way I will tackle be out the Bekobiano, ebe kwa foul. And the more foul never possibility so beje cards. Na ye be you frame na numerically obey disadvantage and also be committing mistakes me asho no higher. And your best bobo ni bebre wo wa famti over committing mistakes. So that's how they defend. It's another way they defend. That is really Arsenal defended well because your ball first half ni we neutralize PSG for. What did they do? Almost a PSG for by attack from the flank, almost back center. Into almost low D flanks was over here. So anytime a ball be back PSG for either Kvaratskhelia and I say Dembele no. Almost even Bukayo Saka or your major threat up front, you know, and you know no so actually defend. Into almost the best 3 or 4 players no more block it. It's a ball no the best sign. I call right at the same thing was they were doing. Now say ball ne ba medla almost the medium press. Who's a man pressing so high or PSG for nothing. But after the center circle, that's where they stood. And now also teams no so one thing we don't know is say coach in between my players na the way on bed na hono that in Barca PSG buying Real Madrid the way on bed na park no so and the on be block you view into ukuta ball no kra wu baby a the ball na e ko into what the best sign and no sa no ntumi hurt you. So Arsenal did well fantastically and one of their best players in the first half was Mosquera. Also Mosquera and a natural or a center back. And a season we were ball right back no only 6 occasions. Kono cry a third choice or right back. Because Ben White's not the second choice. But he did excellently well. It's a ball be a PSG de bar Arsenal 18 or piano. Arsenal epic here. So Arsenal played very well in the first half. Now there was a mistake. PSG for Kojier and I can't have it. And the goal Kai have scored was a brilliant goal. Not to say Wadamfo Bakola Benyebi. And I say on your Wadamfo. Right. And Kivicha Kvaratskhelia also Enyebi. I copy him pon. Baby to me the ball and say no. I Rebecca say keep running at it, but nobody told so the ball the best show. So it was brilliant. Now you call halftime buy no, then a buy. PSG and make your adjustment. Changes or more and say Omu says Omu kwa wing wa Arsenal for the crowd on mid last night for Jombe Yusu movement. It is a warrior Omu kwa one winger ball in check na ba right aban finfine kwa ha and na almost spread the ball no Arsenal 18 yard but and the Arsenal for started faltering. And almost started so more falter. So the Arsenal mistakes and because I inexperience. At a point the players were complaining, the coach was complaining. And when you do that, you lose focus. Fine, it is Yankasa don't complain. But I say complain a year very short so that you focus on the work you are doing. Because experience right now on your mobile. The little mistakes I'll be lusu guard and your special. It's not Madrid no mobile champions if you're more whistler. You are still not safe. The least mistake I'll be on special. Into Arsenal committed a lot of mistakes. Also at that time no more J card, no more J free kick. And a baby and a free kick in a free kick sometimes a good says ultra player. But so her baby I'll be channel. So be trying around the center circle one day banner and ko baby. But say oh yeah area. Let's a team no more free kicks, no grow in confidence. And also because of the card net free kicks banner, we are frustrated at Ulusu guard. That is exactly what happened. To be go now. Another mistake on the part of Arsenal and a cause a penalty now. Dembele it me bo adene edi say. Now say odi no to nche. The mistake Mikel Arteta here in this game nene say. 1. Andy. Say ye best start game we no. Enanka Dembele nim. Kvaratskhelia nim. Vitinha nim. Fabian Ruiz nim. Andy Marquinhos nim. Mr. Onka, what will be the atmosphere or what will be the conversation?
Arsenal will attack you.
It's Arsenal will grow in what?
Confidence.
Yeah. So why I say when the game was going on, what men neutralize Vitinha or the spine of the team? On the mad those short passes no more they call. When neutralize Fabian Ruiz or my long passes they call. When neutralize Dembele. When neutralize Freddy say Kvaratskhelia. Andy. Marquinhos or back on your controller no when neutralizing. So what do you then as away? Omungina free game as away. Now say PSG spine in a team no cry or more hojo. So attack them. Because if you don't score, you don't win.
Because me Tatama Omungina free me say Berardo Abejem if you still PSG was just dominating. No more say Bobo no Arsenal have
I was Zabanye ne your friend say sorry Emre Mosa Berardo mo And Arsenal were still defending. Now check this one in Bayagini. As I saw a midfielder.
Yeah.
Oh, Timber a defender. Bono Crew to me calling him. Martinelli a forward. Odegaard the attacking midfielder. Madueke a forward. And Azubi Mendy a midfielder. And the changes now coach in the year the buy. He did not bring in defenders or defensive midfielders. He brought in forward players and attacking players. So why didn't he attack? So that was I mean no Bobo and you coordinate and no attack media and then so many born media me. So the PSG people started to play around. And no more boy Anna Andy Omutume Edekoi. Ain't he Mikel Arteta mistake or yeah and say he should have attacked PSG, especially when Arsenal go and acquire the benefits by. It was a mistake by PSG na Omoji born from Nsema. Yedekoi who Joe Carres or speed or power or pace or strength or between your mapre. Okay, say patch or a mistake there's a 2 be and get tiafaso. So it means that they were vulnerable because that's not make us or defense a center back no or pressure or more or more vulnerable. Ain't the fact that they made a mistake are going by and Esa or Masaka calling him. Now the Joe Carres are called now your friends like I have bet and so called Omukona ye no waba. Ain't Mikel Arteta one thing I mean when they say critical matches ne bona so sans yade. League ball come on. But league ball nyadin say Champions League. Do you know why? League, you know, say ne ubo match now you mistake. I'll be co-training the following week. I correct yaba. But in this one, who need time near limited. And it's in a high level teams. It's a high level now. What he needs to do that because Obakai Carabao Cup final na. Unse BBC. Kepa who mistake on the square. Okay.
Yeah.
And I win so another mistake to made by. So he needs to work on their mistakes. And see, final match a critical game. Nandi, you manage the game. Unko one-sided. Who defend kakra? And you know what BM kakra? No what defend kakra? No what BM kakra? No when your results. So what you would the end you go all out say team name. But yes, I will manage it. But yes, who could defending kwa? And now what we should understand say. Teams are more defending. Any teams are more attacking, and they be more bobo. Teams are more attacking or advantage. You know why? Ye bebo born be brave or more defending afem. So possibility somebody a mistake. Ne yasemono a higher. It would have more defensive teams, you know. So defensive team the crowd be winning on the day, and you're more brave. Ultimately, say they go out on their shield before winning that one. Then. Luis Enrique masterclass. They are very good in set pieces. When it's all man, boy, sure said we're not going to give them the set piece. So they were handicapped. How many corners did they get?
I think 2 or something.
And looking at the time now, corners in the bind. It's a McAllister experienced team. When they decide to want to defend, they are better. And Arsenal were deceived. Say PSG for any defending. Thinking said the way they defend, no, that is how every team defends. No, every team and the way they defend. Because Andy, Yeko Park, so what do? We go and defend and attack and one ball. It's the defenders, no goalkeeper and defenders, or more primary work getting to protect goal area, say a best or more defense. Midfielders needing either holding midfielder or defensive midfielders, or also to protect the back line so that they don't score against them. Attacking midfielder, what do? They push to the attackers to help the attackers score. What do the attackers do? They score. It's a pack near Kojina, so a 2 thing. We are defending and we are attacking and one team. But team B will send you defending. Meaning so what I say? What is a delay tactics a defensive play? And now here adio okoye. Time you do here will delay time. Inexperience. And the only your boy near boy. He started second half. I will say no. In those big teams, you will not see that. In see inexperience, so we need to pardon them. In time the me bury no say set piece no man no be handicap. Nti also no mu hu di omonye. Now yenko penalty shootout. O say Saka Ephraim. And Kai Havertz Ephraim. But Arsenal in any given day, no, Saka, Joe Carres, Havertz, and Odegaard, and they are top 4 penalty takers. Joe Carres is number 1. And not 2 Ephraim, no, be handicapped. But upe umpeu. PSG so no key players ne no man ko munyina be ko Dembele ne bo say Kvaratskhelia ambebo and a penalty as high act. Enye player bi onimbo na obo penalty. Players who are stylish, no, they are mostly good in penalties. So look at Cristiano Ronaldo. E ba ya no why watching idea. Messi e ba no watching idea. Neymar ba obetching idea. Play Hazard e ba players who are skillful and so a very good penalty taker. So I think say enye say PSG no penalties no mo na ya ade o ba Arsenal for na bogu mo man as a Christian we because me PSG keeper who say na me no can be bisa me bisa na keeper enjoy ya ade na ka so ya ade now the against in the air ya ade pa hwe we betu number 1 me nim say na wo PSG sa wrong because ye ba na ko nchen na mo ba se but it was Arsenal for na as a penalty no boy
as a so what Crystal Palace I think the penalties no Maxwell me ma stadium
yeah
our Palace penalty be o me see bia no one problem him
okay
say oba ho na goalkeeper no e decide so move be gina ho no ma minim say sa moment na o change ne decision na mostly obo so efa nchen
indecision
so oba keeper na oba na be gina ho keeper na move pe we check him at Crystal Palace
yeah indecision. A just all penalty no decide what he's going to do. Possibility of missing it now very high. And a player at that level, no, what I say, it was say who decide what you want to do. Penalty no, keeper no. So the keeper doesn't know where or there to. And the keeper, it doesn't matter how good you are. Say they all kick penalty or kicking ya where they are better. Although there are keepers who are very good when it comes to penalty, but more than timing. Or mostly over here, just all bobo and answer we movie. But say winning bon kwa dia Andy Sam Fasro and I say be a one body na a short in a weaker or body in quad or special. Inti kudos to both teams. I think we watched a tactical master class as far as the game was concerned. Both teams coaches were made to think on the day. But on said this little detail. Arteta have not been there before, so let's pardon him. Now yeah, we're saying going forward, no bar, he'll be able to correct the mistake. But Lucho, dear, Ochana mechanism, and the many BBMs are here or Beja to us trio. Yeah, because the Amu Yene, the S, yeah, ready.
Matthew were London on the message. I watched the game at Central London with a bunch of Arsenal fans, and they were so angry at the coach that he made them defend for 90 minutes. Honestly, I don't know why Arteta thought defending for 90 minutes was a good idea. But now Oleke Junior so say, now you can't time PSG changes here because now Arsenal attack you yen credit Joao Neves so
yeah
in the absence of Vitinha ana in so no ye distributed on also be ye even they had Doué on the pitch but Joao Neves
on the back game the way Arsenal approach it be about PSG Arsenal decided not to play Arsenal decided say we are going to sit back so Arsenal any team be an enable even Manchester United are almost up there in terms of APG level no and Arsenal approach the game the way they approach it in the final 50 minutes can Manchester United and Bobo Boni because Tottenham was Pescra and then come against Arsenal and Arsenal decided say Omboko start approaching now Tottenham was supposed to play the game but referee so yeah Arsenal for no so almost a cornerty.
Debbie, born or the referee did excellent.
On the first half,
the last action of the first half was a corner kick for Arsenal.
Yeah, but and the next referee.
Look at the attitude of Bukayo Saka the couple penalty.
Okay.
Time as to we understand when you're corner. Saka go on
inexperience in
referee no so so the only thing a referee in team stop game no say time no so a penalty apart from penalty any other decision be a free kick foul corner kick na say time no so referee po ma humbo or best stop game no
and the answer na
the penalty kwa ko ba cha na referee
answer na be ko 1 minute patch Chris we dey ye corner ye ja the incidents in the game na very important Bukayo Saka ball na penalty
a
clear penalty. So or bobo no to £1.
But I'm saying body to hand first.
Body to hand, hand not twice.
But the first actually body
to £1
again. Say kind of sounds what there was incidents in now we're also asking for a penalty.
Yeah,
the same Bukayo Saka. Shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
But say Oshe reverse angle now. As a one shoulder pushi Bukayo Saka and any referee biana or wafano
and away there no your friend Madueke there the penalty because no mumi or not the nsa ko share guy ne ha and no ko dive here referee there say we play game now fine or baby or GTS no GTR way but I think he did very well on the day that German referee I think he did well and kudos to PSG and better luck Arsenal next time say almost at say quadruple me boy and me say say me minim say no cry Yes, no one could paint homo bass and Champions League in a way. No one of Case, homo yaka. Ain't it? It need 2 hours. Or mine's in on Banes on papers and drawn 2 hours.
Stickers.
Right, I was for Yamra Fian 57 and Timmy Tossing. I had my train. The Black Stars of Ghana, yen squad for the World Cup, no. My June 1, and then June 1. TFS squad, never said him at exactly 4 p.m. Coach, no, ever press conference, watching Ghana, any rules, a bit to me, Esiaka. But me, news be say, Alexander Jiku into me and co World Cup, nibi. I'm hearing say, when your injury be, or that's so, more, we'll see. I walk out the so a beer na Jiku into me and co World Cup, nibi. That is what I have been hearing from Enra. And you remember, that's the information I mean, and I'm not paying me, say, from other sources. So I hear Jiku into me World Cup. Yeah, opening
Jiku fa. Oh, on Kodia some of the lacas.
Is it a Tuama?
Say Jiku Kodia, yem penny moment for more lacas.
Tuama JT say.
Whitey.
Uti.
Pegana you.
World Cup countries be any key players be injured. But I think that Ghana injuries to certain key position be Sanke center back and say Jiku and Tibiankwa, we are losing our 2 center back partnership. Say Jiku ni Salis with the ball the last World Cup. No coach in prefer 3 back system. Any South Korea no ball Guido Mensah as a 3rd center back, no about another left back. But the 2 natural center back are under normal circumstances we are available. If you are going to miss them at the World Cup, so many are available Jiku any Salisu. Say in a worst case scenario, I think about Kuniwa and then but if the 2 of them are going, and to us in our case, one Rebenya fullbacks also different. Because me sure say we have Guido Mensah form, any Baba Rahman form now. Maybe coach we need to decide say Obobo Baba Rahman and the right back no so no one Rebenya assistant. Say Oman Nimuka Callum Rinchi as a midfielder, but Callum Rinchi most often as a right back for Black Stars. And you know maybe our entire back line plus the goalkeeper. Even your first World Cup appearance.
Oh, okay.
Goalkeeper no but them no any World Cup that. Yeah. The 2 center backs now.
One would you obey daddy?
Oh, say likely. Me make say all things being equal. Asari neda. Asari more World Cup that. We may have 2 center backs. Probably this will be their first World Cup both together. And we are going to have a lateral. Baba Rahman is also World Cup pay. But the other lateral may be having his first World Cup. And in creative players and so on. Kurus Mohammed is also out. When you are Ghanaian medical can, we are going to the World Cup. And now we share Panama and Brazil. We share Brazil share Panama for the 6-0 there. But my Brazil for the match. It's a team that we cannot underrate. And looking at injuries to key position in our team, you know, every day Biano me target any me ambition for the Black Stars, you know, every day Biano me so. Okay. If my expectations are lowered, I won't be disappointed.
Ma yente the president of the land, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency Edin Komo now. In a discussion on say supporters be free abekono manpanyin omotenase the supporters anya in terms of transportation, accommodation, feeding on each supporter Ghana beba kabe $11,000. Now that's kind of it will be
difficult to take our supporters from other domains. We are restricted because of the nature of this particular World Cup. It's being held in 3 countries, and we're playing our first match in Canada and then moving to Boston, from Boston to Philadelphia, and the cost of transporting, feeding, accommodating each supporter, we say we are being fiscally disciplined. We cannot, spend our money in that manner. The cost approximates for each person to be fed, accommodated, transported, and all that, to watch the games, tickets, and all that is estimated at almost $11,000. And so, how many can? So we're concentrating mainly on the supporters unions. They have a tradition of following the team to to different places. They've been here to the UK, they've been to Germany, and they are registered members of the Supporters Union. But what we're doing is we are procuring tickets for Ghanaians in the diaspora who want to attend the games. If you want to attend the game, you will get a ticket to attend the game. And so we have organized our chapters, our Ghanaian citizens in Boston, in Philadelphia, in Canada. And so the tickets that we have purchased, we would give to them to be able to watch the match. If any of you want to travel across and get tickets, I think that there's a way we can manage for you to get tickets to watch the games.
Area Ghana Mampenny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Area Tininka now. The sports minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, so am a confirmation on Black Stars of Ghana, Sika Semno, players no appearance fee, any per dems no. And I say players no or more appearance fee or more general Argentino.
Since 2006, I think they were given, was it $50,000 or $80,000 for appearance. It has then it went up to 120 at a point, and it came back to 100. It has been pegged at that 100 for we haven't changed it. Some say because the CD has become stronger, we should increase the, and we said no, we're not going to do so. If the CD had become weaker, would you have said that? Okay, as a result of that, you should reduce the dollar so it gives you the same CD amount. You won't say so. So if the CD has become strong, we commend government for making sure that our currency is strong, and you continue to take what it is that you take.
Eti not just $100,000 no, I don't play be a before so do na born ye fro eka team no 11 billion there was ebetimi aka. Honorable Kofi Adams say so area to just say ono o influence Black Stars selection no. And
now is to rally the country, support that decision. Not because I'd wish that pour sand into their gari or make the way slippery for them so they will slip. I have not spoken to him, and I have not asked the coach what was the basis of what he has done, because since the release of the list we haven't spoken. But of course I will have opportunity of meeting the team. As minister, I didn't influence the selection of it. I am a Ghanaian and also a minister. As a Ghanaian who loves sports, I have to speak my mind also. But it should end there. Even if Ande was selected, it wasn't really because I influenced it. So he not being selected should tell you one thing, that I'm not a minister who will go meddling into the selection, because I don't think that is what Ghanaians want. We don't spend money to pay a coach and to pay his assistants and the rest, and still want the minister to be the one that should be selecting the team for the coach.
Right. I know and somewhere the sector minister and so area to you now. Henry Asantichum, the communications director for the Ghana Football Association, no, Edin Komo, on issue of the recon omission from the squad. What you say, statement to be supposed to be the recon brother Ebeye concern and say I'm friend because of nationality switch. No, Sansam no enya no kre. Na Henry Asantichum say the recon situation no enya sanity no and your coach decision players are no be here and no free obono.
What I know is that we've gone through the process and gotten the job done. Whether they publish or not publish, that's not really our business. There was a responsibility for us to ensure that the processes are followed, which we respected. Cole is not the first player who has switched nationality. It started many years ago, from the Charles Whittles to the Tony Buffles to a whole lot of players who switched nationality. And we are blessed to have someone like Alex Asante with institutional memory and knowing and understanding the processes that lead to player switch. I wouldn't want to dwell on this matter. One's issue is not about nationality switch. It's about the decision of the coach. The players he wanted in camp are those who are in camp.
Henry Asante Chumeka Sade Made Efi Eddie Tinikana MTN FA Cup game and so 8 year course so Emma Yeka say nations game like I say in regulation time 1-1 penalties and nations win here from Manso Lansena so ya shepa after so winning trophy no yinti in commodity to ya.
It's a great feeling, to be frank with you. If you are able to win a league last season and then won the FA Cup, it means every season at least I have won a cup, which
the winning coach Frempong Manso and I attending Kano. Nana Branch here Razak Simpson after so almost Eddie Nkomoka Krani captain no.
To give thanks and glory to the Almighty God, to Jesus Christ. Without Him, we would not have achieved this. And during the season, I'm overwhelmed. During the season, like I don't know, but I have to just give God the glory. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. I am super proud, but I can never do it without the coaches and my playmates, my brothers. Without them, I cannot never achieve this. I'm very happy. Today we have won a wonderful cup, the FA Cup. We are going to have everything. We'll go home, pay our mind again, then we'll see again.
Captain Razak Simpson and losing coach Wilfred Dorman after so no solution penalties to nations no It's
one of those things, okay? I mean, football, and sometimes, these moments happens, and as a coach, you need to be strong to be able to manage, this difficult moment. But having said that, I think it was a very difficult game. First 10-15 minutes, we were in control, but then the game switched, and we were making some individual errors in defense, and they punished us from a set piece. And I think our attitude was great. We responded by scoring a very brilliant goal. Then we went into the break. I mean, we kept pushing, and we finished the first 90 minutes 1-1. So the game, the rules, the game progressed into extra time, 50 minutes ×2, which we controlled very well. I wanted us to win the game in consolation time because it's 50-50.
Okay, I know you're Wilfred Dorman and you're from the Black Stars, NBC MTN FA Cup. Christian.
Number one, Mania Jama Nations FC. The entire Mania Jama money say so Muji FA Cup no Nations Co Africa. Now the danger of losing their players having been demoted, and one has to be a better. Also, when you are demoted, more likely say your key players will leave. Now Nations FA Cup most of their key players will stay because they will go to Africa. And say who stay now will call Africa now. And those same key players and the best about Division 1 the amount. Senka Nations and me and FA Cup no. And then come on Africa. Master ne Andy. When me are Senka, most of the key players will leave. Now having won the FA Cup now, I guarantee say I'm sure so that I change to the Africa no obeko. And once they are going to Africa there, Andy, I'm quite sure say they are not going to lose most of their key players. In other case, Nations any opportunity to even attract quality players to their team. Yeah. So even though we are demoted, even though you are Division 1, but you are Division 1 status no, FA Cup, Africa, Andy, say say Nations bow na or play or player. Na team B say one cry me find say Heart of Lions enso ko the same player ho ekopa Heart of Lions Ghana Premier League there but Nations South Africa no mo ko no ebetimi ay bait etimi attract player no more than any other club or the Nations be call a player bia ho and on top of it say who ko Nations or ekofa Nations player trying to convince Nations say omako relegation tino omo players in free omo team no mu embo team a now there you need to revise your nose because Nations FC call Africa a bigger competition, a bigger stage than the Ghana Premier League, and I am so happy for them say omo atia make amends having been demoted at the FA Cup win a compensation for that failure. Now Minister $100,000 in our maintaining onya hiu now they are me better than Abaso. Say the last World Cup near Koyeno. You three players in the car 100,000 appearance fee. The same World Cup na another World Cup aba. We are paying $100,000 to the players. It's what has changed. What has happened? The Petty Minister Honor said World Cup Ghana and Tibian save this amount of money from the World Cup. But this time around, World Cup na Ghana etimia save maybe even $2 million from the sky from the World Cup. That is a dear me any mass of betia a bear site Bobo Minister Basu. Now the last World Cup Roma players $100,000 ye no yashis kenina ye call the next World Cup what's time my players $100,000 sike benyano ye no not the state as of mine ye nya hwe free mu a what's it one maintain the same $100,000 intino why are they Chama onye you have changed nothing. In fact, the status quo, the over 2 years, and one hour to us. Now, the other 2 years to us, then what's the purpose of change? Say over 2 years, not the over 2 years, and one is to us. We are expecting things to be done differently. So the last World Cup Ghana as a state this is the amount of money we got from the Blasters appearance at the World Cup and says you should the way anyway. Now World Cup no buy Andy sika esi kwako spend around $13.7 million mewa. Mathieu the minister o say ka say omu raise funds the supporters beko sika omu expected to raise $30 million. As I speak now, they've gotten around there $10 million thereabout. All things being equal, if they are able to obtain that $30 million, and the case sika no moko akodini ho now one World Cup na yekono Ghana could be more than $45 million. Do you know the Obaji World Cup winner? The winner of the World Cup will be given $50 million. Ghana appearance keke they call World Cup we are going to spend more than $20 million. See $30 million not $10 million na on Isaka no. Ye de ka ko kasika na ye de ka se spend on World Cup na Ghana spending close to $20 million. And the $20 million, countries spend less than that and have the same value. Countries spend close to $10 million at the World Cup, not $30 million now. Ghana has so many sporting problems with Kumasi, especially infrastructure. Kumasi and Accra Sports Stadium, cannot host any major international tournament and to say a calf any FIFA beg.
Meanwhile, if you World Cup never started 2027 AFCON qualifiers. 2027
AFCON qualifier. Eba be shasi.
Eba be trahani apacho.
Sikane yenyano. Emudu do sani edi ba be CSC Kumasi any Accra Sports Stadium to prepare the grounds for that Nations Cup qualifier. The year di niye ho. You have given the players $100,000 as an appearance fee because you have maintained the level. Minister Onyeshi, the Obeya Ghana for the Titum, the OTME, any year TC you are saying, Ebabo Abaso, so Obeya di Obia Nyebida, and the leadership no Obinya Obeya Nyebo Abaso. The Obinya, Obaya Utimbeya no. That is the difference we make. It will be about. No more players $100,000. Obiaba no more players $100,000. Ni ebe wie no o minor edini dimu eko World Cup no enya hwefiri mu na ba na beto so saa minister also ayade. Minister nyehwe. Dada na. And if there is no change in attitude, the only thing we have seen a change in personalities. Nipa ni asesa wo mu, but the way we do things, our attitude ni bibiano and we are not seeing the change we are expecting to see.
Yeah, Andy, my minister to a president. I'll say $11,000 per nipa baku. And see, the nipa 100 quite that's about $1.1 million, right? Yeah, the 500 quite $5.5 million. Ain't it? It is good to see this supporter because World Cup near boss, that country be the supporters ba. And I'm team be our support, and a nation there going say nation no support here. There is nothing wrong with that. But I will see a wisely, judiciously. So the beya enkofa problem Emma. And the woman is almost supporting Ghana. Ghana for first meboa. And some of more muwe cheni person bo maba. Nieka Ghana for a whammo. You Ghana for more home. And we have Ghanaians abroad. And I'm meboa. Or more abroad, or more Ghana, or be a Ghana. Say I also already may argue. Say Ghana ball friendly matches outsider. Majority of the people are Kohen. Ghanaians abroad. And I'm mad the same way. Say Ghanaians also bobo no Ghana ha. Majority of Ghanaians beboa. Remember be an address Ghanaians or more abroad, they are not contributing, they are contributing big time. And to see if you see a percent you cut it down cost. Now you bring your Ghanaians in diaspora. No mark her match near mom take it and the no one. Bemom ye Ghana from free because supporters union no more well recognized registered supporters neko and they be a match of metie Blasters match crown my hand do three. The supporters union they are everywhere, even including the shores of the country. It is opportunity abaza ezenko for the omuna say the first people that we support to watch. What me agony. And a diaspora no, they be omobehe, but this time they will be supported to watch us. And in the United States of America, in Canada, Ghanaians are there in their numbers.
Yeah,
they are there in their numbers.
Plenty.
Ura kwame ne oti mu nyina ekuzi mu nyina Toronto, Canada. Uko US crowd ya na say stand fair mu nyina wo ho. And what I say. So if they are being only tickets, no more it means that if you use $1 million, and they are all the match instead of $5 million. For me, there is nothing wrong with that. And I say the Ghana needs to free her there is nothing wrong. And the main max or métier. A banker said max, but some don't correct tournaments. I would never say no. And I'm a and say the million and make us say no. But I buy if you say scan you or I bless that. Much as all I say, no crab Ghanaians in diaspora. No, I am more conscious of the development of the country. Says I buy a dream, not up say organize or no support Ghana. It means that whatever we are doing here, your more account, directly or indirectly, and it will go a long way to help them. Because almost a contribution and the air so more. But because yen to me Ghanaians home name free, we are going with the supporters, because when they travel that it will help them with their match tickets and near service car. Because in a case budget and also an army boy. So another a good step. Now here a good step. Se Ghana na niska. Nemo ya pesi ya tete so na nyoma koye na kwan ye be ya because we ma se mikro mu kwan kro mu de machines gusu mani jaje andi. Na players no so mo nye Ghana fo ana.
Oh yeah Ghana.
Na de no mo so do mo sacrifice bi. And then my question, why are they no mo sacrifice? Because who president no cry His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cry you have even sacrificed. Something drew baby a minister sacrifice with their salaries and all. Now players now they no Ghanaians. And all mommy expenses. So they should also sacrifice so that we all build the nation. And I want to make argument. Appearance we ne yetuan. Oko develop world no bo baby omunim born. I say you can't Brazil, France, maybe Germany, Argentina. They don't really pay appearance fees. But what they do, they say performances bonus. But what I say, how you perform, no the bonuses account. No monaje diaba. Most of the North African teams, no me research me say be or more times can be more say GD na kobo tournaments na uria na yasama ska me hu sa. But then what they do is that the more I progress, the more performance bonus. Ebi I will do stage or do stage or say but what I say. Last World Cup no Ghana to saying 100,000. Cameroon to 100,000. But your team Senegal to 38,000 appearance. You want to add here.
Senegal.
Intinye skana odibe to ama player no ene be man na ya ade. Intinka ha the Americans ye betu appearance fee no kra esenke yeso yete so. And you want me adwene. As a nation ye niskan ye betu 50,000 enye. Can the players say so omo Inti see yen to me for supporters because of money in this case. Yes, players no so ana Chris so be argument. Almost take almost a nation build no almost ye part. That's almost tell omodi so. Me na me minister and Ghana appearance fee no make you akwa 50.
No say the intent to me blame players and they say no mun back as a coach here. Where would you have the power to say this meet you say. Yet you say na Dr. Kwame Dinkra. I can't say okay sports team no. Make you be 10,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah. We are not going to say no.
Yeah.
The one give you know what the power to negotiate. Say this is what I can afford.
Exactly.
Now one kind now the 100,000 players, and then people do say now the 100,000 less man. Because we there something.
And wanna make us a players should also sacrifice there. And say wow, a buy now also supporters on form organizing. Also take players need the end way. OT players need there, so one word they also sacrifice. Andy, $50,000 multiplied by all the players no more begging in any yes can maybe. No crano and also say supporters need there no more they call. It's the fact that Senegal pay 38, it means that we can ye 50 cry yeah so yes so ye nim bon sion. And you see acquire some motivation for the Blasters players 100 into me so be anko be na dan ntokwa. Enti na ma say obi kotumi kotena baby say wa retire by time no so obebo. Into the question is that the players no more 100,000 e mo na mo je and e bi fa baby. Enti Andy clearly speaking and finally Ghana paying appearance fee there me max or mejitum. And only the entire mejitum.
That's true.
Sa develop world na America no. Say obo national team na o serve on mine stand to be corrected though. Penny ya na sa unkokura bom na umre wa bom no. Nase ne bat to your aid ana meboa. There are ebi more pensions nyoma bia ese wunya. Ghana hai Andy. Say o bona nyame anwa te say menka te say enua adwinjima de ato ni. Or might no not come to your aid. Eye wo ne wanyame. Ani ba jote ase. Enti o mo so nje appearance fee. Ne mo be je appearance fee we are there be ne amfa me meka so mine na so mouse ka. Andi say wo ne me ya adwene. Because the country say yem to appearance fee no. Minim so mo was anse say ba ha hwe ni ho. E mo kra je cap besi no musikamba. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the first time no. Edem so otua bebre na ade. And it's on me agony. So the fact that me born national team be there be to me obi ama e bia yare ne ade be obi ama no. Meji appearance wo so ji afato ande wo koje de to ha. De bi me kan kire say wo yare ye no. Yem for my sika me help. Say sa no meji atum dia I agree. But Andy Ghana have $50,000. Andy who cry say me so when you have $50,000 say chama can come from her. Or we be over kasa on kraba kasa kwa akra buy. A lot of money. And to see a person at it in your maso dear. I think says Obia so 10 days, but just what I say.
Mirasi, Nanesian, or the Okasan one Chumami Roma, who seem to minto. And therefore, Gingermet Dental Clinic may come as a match or say, would even a same problem be a say, okay, was this will set up to crab at the man. I say, oh, you'll be a brush and Amuja if you know ever. We are more than a secraca bread, Muamuja 8 me ba. Opa silver and I say gold it was so opa social braces. Opa was sending your money if you tired, but also you'll be a several cassa pumping if you know ever halitosis a rare and no other called Gingermet Dental Clinic no matter was a and wasam aka Eddie Mopa. Kumasi Abu Gingermet Ewa Brepo Junction Bantama High Street Total Filling Station Nechuo and Omo Udrun Kraya Omo Nungwa Omani NDC office non a opposite natural say wakuho eno and sweat nyaku yumuswa mo tachiman no pacho Gingermet ewa tachiman or say yanka so tachiman market Kenten Road naso ena omo na omo number so mo di djubano 0598 731823 0598 731823 nano enkasa mena pa Royal Guest House ewo Oshim School Junction baby a Grace Gifts Hospital for anyone pay obekwa akoto mena pa Royal Guest House ho ena almost yen kan say rooms a kama obeda amwani age no ho ena also benya no 24-hour security enkane ani nsuo agina so 24 hours wamo ewo shuttle opese be pick up from the airport baby a obi a ofre ayeba nya be fa ho ebio ye Oshim School Junction offer Grace Gift any obi so obi a say oko California food joint numbers no 0543 556 666 0543 556 666 Medima for Herbal Clinic Dr. Time that so na so na ye ko obi a wutie me na eniema enkoye emfama ho yare etete yare ntino ama ase waye no fe no ase se kura de won say agino bam ebu Medima for Herbal Clinic say brother doctor emfa time ento yare ne so emfa ema ho ena abu sampa yaresa ewo baby atwuma gugu ewo Kumase ya ena abu Medima for Herbal Clinic Medima for number so modi djumani ni 0244 774282 0244 774282 and a 0500 727215 0500 727215 now ne Medima for Dr. Time that's in Nkomo Vim energy drink no Jodie Makacho say unya energy area carry no na Monday also keka ho na hunya shi Vim energy drink no bi we enya na shop selling supermarket onoma wow Emma motivate you come say take a sip feel the Vim feel the vigor feel the vitality taste it enjoy it own that moment Vim energy drink we Trial Industrial Limited for an idea by 0322 190877 0322 190877 over so to be our stores any supermarket would do event to be as a vendors no what wants to will be ho Kenny Rose internet solution I say internet connectivity and I will pay a fee and I say office what's the hotel hostel and I say be a school and we see here internet connectivity just
Kenny Rose
call Kenny Rose. It was 0208 282810 0208 now enso akasa. Premier League no avoti Manchester United goalkeeper Sonny Lemons say Premier League signing of the season na one obitise Dominic Calvert-Lewin Semenyonom Victor Jokaris nom Adrian Trofimo Ryan Sheki Granit Xhaka Pedro Neto mu ena na April so ma voti Sonny Lemons say players ayeto mu edi omo ba ye nyina no de ne modemo e wostro no ana say de ono no enso stand out no eye Abrantine Francis Sonny Lemons and Eddie yami admochina ye the more e wa amono ne nsem no enso bitimi yaba. Happy birthday to Mr. Joseph Ando, a teacher at Ayeldo Catholic Basic School, at Central Region. And you are with that. Yeah, we show a happy birthday from your colleague teachers and the entire course mate at UCC, IT management class, and also mobile show a happy birthday. So, and happy birthday to Mr. Enoch Ejari, ONS, Pope John Paul. Pope John Paul and we are national. If you girlfriend Priscilla, and also I will show a happy birthday to Mr. Enoch Ejari. Happy birthday to you. Openi,
yeah. Mr. Me birthday back on. Yango.
Koi.
Well, special happy birthday live on Pure FM. I come Prophet Bright Kusi. I have friend of Oshefo. On the war screen is a very nice gentleman. Prof, may God richly bless you. We truly love you for everything you are doing for us. May your birthday wish you more blessing. Age gracefully. And also anointing no and cost more. Happy birthday, Prophet Bright Kusi, aka Oshefo.
Okay. Mirasi Maxwell. I'm perfect print for you know as called behind TV3. Printing the Kuma one Ajaboso. Sports Center. They say Black Stars jerseys no matter where never go there. New ones no nina babiga.
Yellow one.
Yes, nina no garbage. Na waboy come.
Monday or Barbara or if I back over.
And then Monday. Next Monday.
I'm say your weekend. How much has now for says to your weekend.
I was avoiding we see Yankopo Yaduma China, Eba signing Munina Edia Shia. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Yankopo Kenya, we are crown.